up, everybody out there? Welcome back to Keeping the Knot Tied podcast. I'm Lamont.
I'm Shay.
Hope everybody having a blessed and prosperous day.
Yes. The same.
The same?
Yes.
That's episode number 11?
It is number 11.
Episode number 11.
Keep up, baby. Keep up.
Yeah. So we're filming on a off day today.
Ooh, a very off day.
We had a lot going on.
A ton going on. You want to tell them about what's going on?
You want to
You
tell
always
them?
ask me about how my week was going. How was your week?
Oh, man.
What's been going on with you?
Well, start off, we could say that we told everybody we're going to New Orleans.
Yes.
So we went to New Orleans.
Yes.
Last week on Thursday.
Got it in.
Got it in.
I'm still trying to figure out how we got on Bourbon Street. For the moment we got there, like in a matter of like 2 hours. No, maybe like 3 hours.
We went straight to Bourbon Street.
No, well, yeah, because we got food and it was like I'm still trying to
But
figure
we
out.
got food on Bourbon Street.
I was like, how do we get there? Like, we're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we did so much in one day, like in 24 hours.
24 hours.
I mean, just from the amount of food we ate, being on Bourbon Street.
Ooh, what a great couple. Shout out to our friends, Bree and Dick. They were actually celebrating their 5th year anniversary. So happy anniversary,
Happy
guys.
anniversary to the Millers.
Yes. So we had went down there with them. And I think every time we've been going to New Orleans, like we've been really blessed with like good couples. We went with Lacey and Terrence the first time. And,
right.
So I think we need to go like at least twice a year.
Twice a year.
Or
There you
3
go.
times.
There you go.
But it's fun. Like I love it. I love it there. I like the culture, the food, and just the whole vibe there. I couldn't live there, but it's a dope place to just go and just kind of
Just to interact, have fun.
Yeah, people watch.
Great music. I mean, we went to
so
a couple of different places where they're playing music
like
and
the
you
bars
got people singing. Yeah, Coyote Ugly.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Coyote Ugly. We almost went to jail out there. So that's the inside joke. Yeah, we almost Lamont was about to get somebody killed out there in Coyote Ugly out here.
Now, my first time experiencing Coyote Ugly, so I didn't know what was going on. I was just there for the ride.
But they had somebody with their head knocked off.
But it was all good fun.
Yes.
And then, I will say though, Saturday night, I ended up getting sick.
Super sick.
Out
of the blue sick.
We had went to, what was the name of the restaurant we went to?
Is it Deanie's, I think
Deanie's.
It wasn't on Bourbon Street, but it was like, they have it was so many people, but we're just like walking around. It was like boutiques, so we went in and out of boutiques, walking around, just, talking and everything. And then we went and ate. And
everything was perfect.
It was good.
Food
we
was
went
good,
to the room
amazing.
to kind of, regroup ourselves. We could go back out.
And then right when we were sitting in the room, I was sitting in the chair, and all of a sudden, I started feeling the flu symptoms on me. And I know Shay, she would touch me, and she was like, well, you don't feel warm, you feel fine. But I started just feeling a little bit of the jitters, and I started feeling very feverish. But I said, okay, I mean, this is our last night, really, because we're leaving on Sunday. I'm like, I'm gonna push through. I know I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna push through. And so we went down to Bourbon Street. We probably was on Bourbon Street for
not even 15 minutes.
15, 20 minutes maybe. And I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, he went on his knees. He was like, I can't. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I gotta go back to the room. So we're telling my friends, like, y'all can stay. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the room. He's not looking too good. It was like, nah, like, we're all going back, like, to the hotel. So we got back and, like, it was just.
I got straight in the bed.
Yeah, like, it was, like, bad. Like,
and you was like, I was burning up at that point.
Yep, like 30 minutes later, he was on fire. And I was like, Lamont, I need to get you some medicine. He was like, yes. And I knew he was sick because normally he was like, no, babe, I'm okay. He was like, yes, please. So my friend Bree and I, we were on the street, like Canal Street, at like 8, 9 at night, walking to like this. We were trying to find like a CVS or Walgreens to get him some medicine. Out here, like I gotta find something right to make him better. So we went And it was crazy because like it was so many people out there. Oh my God. Like just, it was droves of people. So went to CVS. I got him some I got like a bunch of stuff. And I like more so natural stuff. I don't like a whole lot of stuff I feel like, I don't know, like the NyQuil, I don't like all that stuff. You be good. I don't like it.
I love NyQuil.
Yeah, he think NyQuil like cure everything.
It does.
I hate it. It does not.
It does.
So no, it doesn't. So I got him some elderberry stuff, and I got you some like stuff for your fever. And I think I have something else trying to help him with vitamin C. So I got all this stuff. I think I have like some Tamiflu or something. Yeah. So go back, and I'm just trying to get his fever down. So it's like he woke up Sunday. And he was like he wanted to get something to eat. He was feeling a little bit better, so we went for breakfast. We were actually leaving on Sunday anyway, so it was like, okay, you know, I hate that he got sick, but he got sick, you know, like the day before we were leaving. So I'm like, okay, it's okay. So then, like, we're on our way back because we drove. Not really a bad drive from Atlanta.
7 hours, 7.5 hours.
Come back for like the end, like probably the last hour or two. He was like, still feeling a little weird. I'm not feeling too good. And I was like, what in the world? So we got home Sunday. Oh my God! Like we stopped and got him some chicken noodle soup because he think NyQuil and chicken noodle soup was just like the holy grail for everything in life when you sick.
Cause when you got that fever, that chicken noodle soup
do hit
help you sweat it out. It
it
does something. And my throat was a little scratchy too, so of course that broth is good for your throat. So
that chicken noodle soup do be hitting though. It does hit a little different when you don't feel well. And then like Sunday was just like Sunday night. I'm feeling, so we're in the bed. I'm just paint a picture. We're in the bed, and I'm just like feeling this like vibration. So I was like, I woke up. I said, what in the world? This is like 3 a.m. And I'm just feeling this vibration. I was like, what is happening? And I was like, what is wrong with him? Because then I figured it was like Lamont was like shivering, so he had the chills, and he was like shaking. And we have a big bed, so like I'm feeling him in the bed like shaking. I'm like, what in the world? And so I'm like, baby, you okay? He was like, I'm freezing. He had the chills. So he goes to get a sweatshirt, put the sweatshirt on. I think he had like some socks on, just trying to get warm, but he couldn't. I was like, we're going to go to the emergency room. He's like, I don't want to go to the emergency room. I'm like, we need to go. He was like, no. So just so happened his parents were still here from watching our kids, so that helped us out tremendously. So I think Monday morning, I took him to the doctor, and they diagnosed him with the flu. Oh my word. So I have been on double duty all week trying to keep him, because I couldn't go to work on Monday because like I had to take him to the doctor, and he was like super sick. And I told him, I don't think I've ever seen you this sick before, and I've known you for like 20 years. But you said whenever you had like bronchitis.
It was last year, very similar.
No, but you were like, this time you were like sleep. You were sick.
I was sick longer last time.
But it was like you could function. You see what I'm saying? Like last time you could, but this time you could not function. Like you were like sleep. Like you had no energy.
I think I was just tired. I was more tired this time.
You think you were more tired?
I was more tired. And then it was just the
fever
and the chills.
You
like
out.
I think I've never had chills that bad before. I've had chills before. But if you got a fever too, it's not good to put on sweatshirts and because it makes it worse. Right? You know what I mean? So I think your body wants to regulate itself. So you want to put on clothes because you just them chills. You feel so cold, but so cold, but you really shouldn't because it can make your fever get actually higher.
Get higher, yeah. We know about those fevers. So.
We know about those. So it's definitely been a kind of
a
roller coaster of a week.
So today we came back. What happened Monday? Today is Thursday. My husband dedicated. He's like, hey, we got to get this stuff out. We got to do our podcast tonight. And I'm like, all right. My throat hurting, so I'm sipping on, because everybody asked me, like, Shay, what you be having in your cup? But I actually have some echinacea tea, and I mixed it with, I have like some peppermint tea and some lemon and some honey, so I'm trying to get my life together, because I can't afford to get sick. By no means can I, because you were just down, so I got to kind of... Yeah, I got to get the house back in order.
And I can't take care of you as good as you take care of me.
Did I take care of you, baby?
Yeah, of course. You do a great job. Awesome job.
You hard-headed, but I'm glad you listen. You listen, though. I could tell you listen like on Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday you started rebelling, I think because your mama and your daddy left. Because I kept telling you, I said, Lamont, I'm going to tell your mama. But you kept cutting up.
Rebelling about what?
I don't want nothing to eat. You had no appetite. I'm like, you gotta eat to take your medicine. You like, I don't want to eat nothing. I'm not hungry. You don't, like my grandma used to tell me, you don't eat because you're hungry. You eat to keep from getting hungry.
The thing is, I do be eating, but you be trying to force me to eat extra stuff. You had to eat
a snack. No, because when you take the medicine, you can get nauseous. They even gave you like nausea medicine because you weren't keeping food down either. So you have to eat and take your medicine.
I was.
How long it take you to eat them snacks the other day when I gave you I gave you some wild, and I was trying to be like, I said, let me just give him some stuff that I know he eat. I gave you some walnuts, almonds, grapes. And I gave you some little Ritz crackers, remember?
And I ate
How long
everything.
it take for you to eat that though?
I didn't want the Ritz crackers. You want me to eat everything that was on the plate?
You had to eat everything, so you had to coat your stomach for your medicine.
And I did with the walnuts and the grapes.
And you ate chicken noodle soup. Then I had to go, and I went to work Tuesday, so I go on my lunch break to get him more chicken noodle soup. He had to have the Campbell's. I got the kind that was on sale.
The Progresso.
At Publix, it was buy one get one free. I was like, okay. He was like, no, I have to have the Campbell's soup.
It ain't the same.
It's not the same, so I should have known. Okay, but I got you some Campbell's on my lunch break and brought it home for you and went back to work.
I give you an A for effort.
Yeah.
Even with your attitude.
You're welcome.
Okay, so.
Now my throat is on fire.
Let's see what topics that we have for today. Let's move forward. You got any topics?
I told you sprung this on me.
You're still supposed to always be ready.
No, because you said that you had some topics.
Well, I always got some things to discuss.
Okay.
But it's weird because this week I've been hearing, and actually heard it today as well. Just a discussion around women actually proposing to men. So I want to know your thoughts on that. Do you think it's appropriate for a woman to ask for a man's hand in marriage? And maybe what are some pros or cons to that?
I would say to me it's kind of awkward. Like because I have seen some like posts, I guess, and things like that. But it's to me it's kind of awkward. But I think that in society we have placed it to where the man has to be the one making the decision to actually propose.
Right.
And just off of like just me being a woman, I want to see myself proposing to a man. I just think it's just weird. Like I don't see it's little.
What's weird about it though?
Because like you have to so. Normally, like, you get a engagement ring, right?
Right.
Men don't wear engagement rings.
Right.
They only wear the wedding band. So, what are you giving him? You giving him the wedding band? Like,
I've heard of some scenarios where women actually propose to the man, but they bought their own ring.
They bought their own engagement ring? I'm not buying my own ring. That ain't it.
That ain't it?
So the woman proposes to the man, and then she buying her own ring?
That shows you how invested she is. That shows you how much she really wants it.
She probably do really want it, but I want to see myself buy my own rings. I think, and I know that people do shop together for rings, and you get an idea of what you want as far as a ring. But I just, with the whole, like, a woman kneeling down, and I just don't, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's normal. It can happen, but I just don't see myself.
Definitely happens. Do you think the marriage could actually last?
I think it could, because the thing is, like, if a woman is that much, and I think a lot of times, if she is that much into him, where she was like, okay, I want to marry him, I want to propose. So, like, what if he say no? And you down here on your knees, like.
It's embarrassing.
Man, that is just. It's embarrassing either way if it's a man or a woman propose to somebody say no, but.
It's embarrassing, but that'll be the answer that she needs so she can move on
and move forward.
Because that may be like, I think it's probably in the back
and
of any woman's.
We do put a lot of pressure on the men to do that, like as well, like. If he ain't gonna propose, then we're not gonna get married. But if you have a discussion, what if it's mutual? Like you just both decide, okay, we're gonna get married. Like we don't have to do the whole proposal thing. We just decide that we want to be married or we want to get married. Then if it's a mutual conversation, then that'll be, I think that'll be more easier than a woman actually kneeling down to propose to a man.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, people do that often. Like they just talk, and then some people don't even have like a straight real proposal. They just kind of have a discussion. Like, okay, we might as well do it. Not the whole proposal thing.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard
true.
that before. Like I haven't, like
It's
not
a
an
discussion.
official, yeah, not an official proposal,
Yeah.
but it's more like, okay, we're discussing like, is this who we want to be with? Are we going to spend our lives together? Are we going to make this commitment to one another? Then if you're both on the same page, I think I think it'll kind of make it a little bit more, you know, easier for a woman that it has in her heart to propose to her man.
Yeah, I guess so.
What would you feel like? Well, I wouldn't do it. But if I was to propose to you, like how?
If a woman proposed to me,
That would be me, because I'm the only woman. So what do you mean?
it would be awkward, but I would. I'm just thinking about what it would come to. Like, why wouldn't that man propose in a situation?
Mm-hmm.
Why would a woman have to
Why would
propose?
she have to do that?
And it's almost like the woman probably is waiting on the man to do it, and the man's not
He's
doing
not doing
it.
it. Mm-hmm.
So she
So he
figures
may not be ready,
he
right?
may not be ready. Exactly. So that's my thought process. Like, okay, well, maybe I'm not ready if she has to propose to me, but to save her from embarrassment, I would say yes.
just
because
you feel like, oh my God, I gotta say
I gotta
yes.
say
Well, she
yes.
got her own ring. Like
Exactly. But then maybe a few months down the line, like, hey, I'm sorry, we can't do it.
oh my God.
Because if she does that, she's gonna do it in a big special way. It'll probably be my birthday. My family's all around. Everybody's gonna be looking, so I can't say no in that situation. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of times, I mean, men feel the pressure anyway.
I would say they get pressure
from women.
to propose.
So it's similar, but it means more, I think, when that man does it.
When
I mean,
he actually makes that.
even when you think about, I mean, everybody doesn't do this, but the proper way of speaking with the woman's father and getting his okay for the hand in marriage.
That's major too.
That's a major thing as well. So I mean,
and I remember like you had asked my mom. I think because like, and my daddy we're good now, but I think at that moment we weren't we didn't talk all the time. But we good. Like I love my daddy. He's bomb. It's just that in that moment when you were ready, we didn't have the relationship that we have today.
Correct.
So it's like it's been me and my mom forever. Like I think everybody know like me and my mom are like two peas in a pod. So you actually has mentioned something to her. Right. Remember, like you actually asked her. Of course, like you've been around our family for forever. Yeah. So I think it was kind of in our situation, like you did the right thing as far as asking them. Yeah. Just for I guess like either like the permission or like will you be okay, just the kind of blessing of the hand in marriage, because I think that's big too. Like I think that should be key as well.
And even to the woman, even though she's gonna take that same route, she should ask his mother or his father.
The one that's proposing?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because then that mother should be able to set her straight and be like, nah, not right now.
He's not ready. He needs to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, he needs to be the one proposing.
So that's a good idea.
The woman, she not gonna ask the mama like.
Because you should be, if you're going to propose somebody, I mean, you should have a good relationship with, his parents, mother, father, whoever's around, where you can have that open conversation with them.
And say, hey, we want to do this.
Yeah, I know everybody's relationship isn't always good, with the their boyfriend, girlfriend, their parents, but I think that shows a healthy relationship when you are in good with those parents, so they can give you that inside scoop.
I'll be watching them shows. So it's a show that comes on called Family or Fiance, I think it's called. Have you been watching it? Like you probably
Never heard of that one.
So it comes on. It's like it's a couple that they're engaged, but they don't have the blessing of their families. So for some reason, the families are like not in agreement with them getting married. It could be for anything, but it's like both sides of the family are like, no, like they shouldn't be married. They're not ready, or they got this issue, or whatever. So they spend a weekend together, in like a mansion, and then they also have a therapist there as well. So they do like different activities together. So like the woman, the fiance, that's the woman, she will spend time with the the man's family, and they would like kind of like switch. And they may like cook together, they may like go out shopping, or do a little activity, and they can or ask questions so they can kind of get to know them a little bit better, and then kind of air out their differences. So sometimes they don't get the blessing of the family. They actually like sit down in front of them and ask them, "Do we get your blessing to move forward?"
That's a show.
It's a show on. It sure is.
They'll do anything.
But it's pretty dope. Like, you can tell it's like real people in real relationships. And it's really, I love.
But these people, they have long relationships.
Some of them don't even be together for they may be together for a few months. They may have been together for a couple years, or they may have some. So it's like all different. It's like different types of couples. But they're just trying to get the blessing of the family to see if they agree with them getting married.
So if they don't agree, they don't get married?
That's what it's supposed to be. Some of them don't. But then, people gonna do what they want to anyway. And the wedding is like a week or two away from like that. The little meeting or whatever.
So could you marry somebody that your family disapproved of?
The thing, I think I could. It'll be hard for the relationship, but I think I could only because I'm married to you. I'm not married to everybody in your family. You see what I'm saying? So if I wasn't get along with somebody, you have to be able to coexist with that person tomorrow, because family functions, things gonna happen. But you don't have to be rude or be negative or nasty toward anyone like that, or avoid them. But at the end of the day, you're married to your spouse, you're not married to everybody else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and we're we have the support of our parents, which is awesome. Everybody don't have the support. I just think it put the icing on the cake if you have support from the families of your union.
It definitely does.
Different strokes for different folks, but
yeah.
At the end of the day, you my husband, so that's what counts.
Yeah, most definitely. That's good. So, women, if you are interested in proposing to your boyfriends, do your thing. But consult with his mom.
Right. It's not his mom first.
His pops, if you can. Maybe they can give you a heads up, save you some heartache down the road.
But when a man is ready, that's a big thing. That's a big step. So
yeah, it's hard for a man to be ready. It takes a lot.
It does, especially if you already in that. Some people it's like they're married, but they're not.
It's hard for a man to love, but when a man loves, he loves hard.
He loves hard.
You know what I mean? So you know when you got him. Just like you told me last episode, right?
Okay, what's your next topic? Go ahead. Because my throat is hurting. And you have been a little stickler this whole week. But I get you later. It's okay.
So I was talking to one of my homeboys last week. We was talking about the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not going to say no names or whatever.
But you know who you are. I don't know who you are.
You know who you are. But we were just talking about, romance and how women see it one way and men see it another way. So just from your perspective, to you, what is romance to you?
Romance to me is I think the affection, the little extra oomph that you give.
Be specific. I don't know what an oomph is. I don't.
A moment. So if you actually plan a moment to spend. So even Valentine's, a special occasion or something but outside of a candlelight dinner or a little romantic little date, or either the tub, bubble baths and some little rose petals and stuff like that. I think that's romantic. As far as romance. And then but not including sex, because the thing is, I think when you think romantic, it's okay, we about to get it in.
That's not what I think.
As far as the romance part of it.
Not me.
Not you? Oh, okay. And then, or either just the romantic part of just cuddling sometimes, just a quiet moment, just you two together, nothing else, just in a moment by yourself. I think that is what is romantic. Just the alone, quiet time. Because when you have the hustle and bustle of life and you can actually just sit there and be quiet with one another and have a special moment together, I think that's romantic. Why pause? I thought you were about to say
Because I don't
agree?
believe that.
You don't think that's romantic? Well, that's romance.
It's not that it's... I think that most women won't agree to that. Or I think you're saying it because it's something that sounds good, but when it comes to romance, women will want more than that. Like even when I ask you what is romance, you were saying what? Dating, candlelight dinner, rose petals.
That's the romantic part.
It is, but it should be... There should be romance in a simpler fashion because those things that you just named, those aren't going to happen on a daily basis. So when people say, "Oh," because it's a common thing that women say, they say that they want their men to be more romantic. But those things are going to happen, like you said, in the hustle, bustle, all the things that we do on a regular basis. So it should be more simpler things that we can highlight that are romantic than those things that aren't going to really happen, but once every blue moon.
Right. So what are you saying?
To me,
because I know you want to say like you said all that. I'm like, okay. So what do you want to say? Like,
no, I was really hoping that you was going to say something other than that. That's what I was hoping.
I said a quiet time. I feel like that's not romantic.
It is. It is, but that was a later bullet that you hit. But I just feel like to me, romance is the touching.
Okay.
Touching, the caressing, at the spontaneous times. Even if you're sitting on the couch and you're rubbing the shoulders or you're rubbing the feet or anything like that. If it's bringing you some breakfast in bed or bringing you food in bed,
I think that's romantic.
Those are other little things I feel that are romantic.
Yeah, I think that's romantic too.
You didn't say that though.
But you want me to say everything?
But see, you hit again. You was on this spectrum. The things that I said, those could be done on a daily basis. But nobody's gonna have candlelight dinners every single day. Nobody's going on a date every single day. So I'm just trying to make it more practical for us men.
So to be like a daily thing as far as romance.
Yeah.
So do romance every day. Do we do romance every day?
No,
do you feel like we have romance every day?
No, we don't.
Do you think you're romantic?
Yeah.
Why do you gonna say that?
I feel like I have romantic bones in my body. They don't always come out again because we are always so busy.
We are.
Our life is devoted to our kids. So
that's terrible.
The time that we have is very, very minimal together.
Just our one-on-one.
Just our one-on-one time.
I think that's why when we get together, to have grown-up time, we be eating a whole food.
A whole food.
A whole nutcase. And it's okay.
There gotta be no parents.
Like no responsibility. Like what? Yeah. You need that though. We have to let our hair down a lot because we.
Absolutely. So I appreciate when you come home on lunch breaks.
Oh yeah, that too. This whole week because you were, I
had to get my spirits lifted a little bit.
And then never mind. I saw offline.
I already know what you're gonna say anyway.
What am I gonna say?
You gonna say something about me having an attitude?
Because Wednesday I was like, yesterday you had a whole attitude, but you were just in your feelings. I think because you were tired and you weren't feeling good, and you was like, I said, but I done came home.
You had did something. I don't remember what you did.
Left the light on in the hallway.
Yeah,
y'all leave the lights on. What?
Y'all always leave that light on in the hallway.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You were being a whole crabby pants. I said, Lord, I'm ready for him to feel better. I was so happy that you felt better today. I didn't know what to do with myself.
I'm happy to feel better too.
Because good God Almighty.
Troubles don't last always.
They don't. I'm about to say, he about to be go somewhere in the basement. I'm going to the basement or something. Good God. I want my husband back. I'm glad you feel better today because you was nasty yesterday. Woof.
Man, we all have our days.
And I say this, I was like, I done come. And then today, but it's cool. Yeah.
Yep. And I boiled you the eggs today without you asking.
You asked for my salad. You did. Thank you, baby.
So that was romantic.
That was romantic. That was sweet of you. I appreciate that. I did. I said thank you so much. I told you thank you.
Thank you too.
Yeah, I did.
I think you did.
He was not feeling his. You got to get your energy back up. You still a little, sluggish, but it's cool. But I came home my lunch break, and he boiled me some eggs for my salad. Because I like my eggs on the salad. So I appreciate it. Thank you, boo.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
I paid you for it already, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, baby. So we're right at 30 minutes.
Oh, we did good then.
Anything else you want to discuss? I know we said we're going to keep it short since we are.
We have been, I've been at work all day. Basketball game. We did a lot today.
So we're going to have to do this again in 2 or 3 days. So we just didn't want to leave you guys with nothing.
Because I was legit like, Lamont, we could just skip a week till you get back better. Right. I was, he was like, no.
I started feeling better. You know, I was a little dragging this morning, and probably like around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I really started to feel a little bit better. So, there I go coughing. But I said, okay, I think we can probably get a quick one in. I really don't want to miss a week if we didn't have to. And, you know, Abel and his team, they had a championship basketball game today. They ended up losing by like 4 points. So they were all bummed out. But it was an early game, so I said we can get in here and film real quick. So now we got to get the kids in the bed.
I told them if we're not doing my son, I need to be in the bed.
You did?
I told Tata that. Tata was in charge yesterday. He did an awesome job. So I put him in charge again tonight. But I don't know how that's going to work with Abel here.
Abel ain't going to listen to him.
But Trice will. I think Trice might be in the bed, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Just put him in the bed. But Tata did good yesterday, though. He held it down. Yeah. Because he wasn't all the way there. I had to take Abel to basketball practice, so.
Yep, and he was watching Trice while I was in the bed.
He was. Because they could not go in the room with him. I was like, don't go in the room with Daddy. I don't want y'all to get sick. Like, don't go in there. But Tyler's like, I was like, you check on Daddy? He was like, I went to the door. He was asleep. I'm like, okay. He was calling me like every 20 minutes.
He was scared to come near me.
Yeah.
Like, Daddy, are you still sick? He had got something from me. What did he have? He was giving me something one day. And he walked up to me and he was like,
Tata already know what's up. I love it. Because they know we were not playing like no games in this house.
And then I had the mask on. Trice said, I think he said to you, he said, Mommy, why Daddy got that mask on? Or did he say it to me? I can't remember.
Why he sleep like that?
Kids, you gotta love them.
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Yes.
Again, Keep It Not Tied podcast, episode number 11. Continue to subscribe.
Thanks, guys, for the support. Y'all are awesome. And I do we see the comments and we get the feedback. Thank you. I know my mom loved it. She told us we better not miss a week. And she has everybody watching. So thank you, Lamont's mom. Everybody loves it. So
good
thank
feedback.
You guys, my cousins, everybody. And I could see some people kind of. I'm going to ask you too, like on one of my social media, some people, my page is private, but I see some people, I guess you can kind of see like who kind of looks at your page or follows your page. It's like your recommended people or recommended friends or something like that. So I'm like, I wonder if people are like looking at this, like some people that I do know. So I see y'all.
Yeah, people been sharing it. So thank you for everybody who's been sharing it.
I appreciate
people been sharing it on Facebook too and on Instagram. So I've been getting alerts too that people have been downloading it on Spotify.
Oh yeah,
as
thank
well,
you and following us and everything. So we appreciate it. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna keep digging deeper. So
continue to send us your questions. Any questions? Keeping the Not Tied podcast at gmail.com. Keep leaving your comments on the Instagram posts and things of that nature, and we'll try to get to the questions, man. But we really appreciate the support, man. It means a lot to us. So I guess we're going to go ahead and go to bed, and we'll catch you very, very soon for episode number 12.
Next. Bye.
Deuces.